Who you really want to hear from now is Andrew May. Andrew May's a fantastic guy. I've known Andrew for more than 20 years. He's had a long-term career as a personal trainer, also in the corporate world, helping corporate managers actually improve their skills in high performance, and as well as being a high performance coach for the Parramatta Eels.
What a lot of us get is compassion fatigue, because you're looking after everyone else and you don't pump up your tyres or you don't put your oxygen mask on first. Here are the 7 things you need to do to look at curing compassion fatigue. Number 1 is self-awareness. Just thinking about this is the right step forward. And if you're doing all this and you're still feeling snappy and irritable, and if you're really struggling, whack your hand up and go get professional help. And the reticular activating system is a network that picks up messages. We get what we're looking at. Meaning, if you wake up first thing of a morning and you are looking at what can go wrong, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you know this, we can override the reticular activating system because it's not always right. What we focus on grows. But if you focus on what can go wrong, and COVID was an example on this, when you're looking at, we're locked down, but we still had some opportunities. Some people said it was an opportunity to connect with loved ones. They liked being at home more. They may have got to know their partner better. Did you play football growing up?
I did, yeah.
Now, if you want to get better as a footballer, you can train your skills. So that's football. So that's ball work, position play. You can train your body. The third thing you can train is your mental skills. What did you do to train your mental skills?
I just noticed whenever I did have a negative thought that the day was bad, just becoming aware of that trend that was happening, and then noticing that when I didn't have a bad thought or changed my thought process at the start of the day, things were better.
It's a beautiful story. Do you watch Graham Norton show?
Sometimes, yeah.
All right, we're about to tip you out of the chair. What we need to do is regularly hit renew. You've got to refuel. You teach this. Revive. We've got to recover. The 2 things I want you to do to is number 1, an annual recovery planner. So this is my diary, and I run on a schedule of 10 or 11 weeks hard and then 2 weeks to down regulate throughout the year and have most of January off. So I can look at you down the camera and say, I live and breathe this. But there's a natural operating rhythm for most of your clients as well. And it's based on the school calendar, but also the Australian or the Southern Hemisphere business cycle. This is the basis you've all studied in strength and conditioning called periodization. That you know you need time off to restore. So just add periodization to your year. The other thing I want you to look at is this notion of micro recovery breaks. Tennis players will bounce the ball. There's 20 seconds in between a game. Okay? The balls come out of the can bouncy, but what it does is it gives them an opportunity to down regulate, drop the heart rate, get the body into parasympathetic activation. It also allows the brain to drop in intensity. So a micro recovery break is a short, sharp break of 30 seconds to a few minutes, and this is a game changer in between clients. What is good recovery options during a 5-hour block? Tyler, where are you?
Some days I've planned to have 5 hours. I'll either go through it or last minute I might have a cancellation. And in that time I haven't really prepared or scheduled for myself to relax or to get down my recovery.
I found a threshold for myself, Tyler, when I was training one-on-one. I can do 2 sessions at a high intensity back-to-back, and then I need a little mini break. I can do 3, Tyler, but at the end of that 3rd one, I'm not bringing my best self. In a 5-hour back-to-back, I would consciously build in something in the middle because your clients number 4 and 5 aren't going to get the best of you. So I religiously now set up a practice where I don't get to the 3rd session, especially when it's high-end cognitive stuff and I'm working hard. I'm not my best doing back-to-back sessions. So that's what I've worked out for me. So I'd encourage you, mate, to work out some form of practice in 5 hours, maybe just in the middle of it to have 15 minutes or 30 minutes to down-regulate. Does that help?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, definitely.
The best thing, Tyler, is only a couple of minutes of deep diaphragmatic breathing. So breathe in. So from side on, it should look like this. My belly button goes out because when I do proper diaphragmatic breathing in through the nose, my belly button drops, and then all the air flows out. And then when I breathe out, my belly button comes in. In your break, Tyler, do some of that diaphragmatic breathing. The difference between an optimist and a pessimist, it's based on these 3 Ps. A pessimist will think that something bad that happens to them or the world, let's use COVID, it's permanent, it's pervasive, it impacts all parts of my life, and personal, somehow, somewhere, I can't help but think, if I was an extreme pessimist, that I led to the cause of COVID. Totally irrational, total rubbish. But what optimists do is look at the opposite. So when bad things happens to an optimist, it's temporary, it's only impacting one part of our lives, and it wasn't caused by me. It was external rather than an internal locus of control. Can you let us know in the chat room, what was your biggest takeout from today? Julie said annual recovery plan. Lily said micro recovery breaks. Adam's going to have an honest look at the weekly schedule. Love it. Tyler's putting in planning time to recover. Robbie, the yearly recovery plan. Christian has got better and more sleep. Jen and Alex love the rewords. Sarah is creating an annual recovery plan. Sam's scheduling down regulation and periodizing workload.